Test, test. Cool. Alrighty. So JH. It's good here, man. We definitely got lucky. It didn't snow as much as they expected it to. It didn't not as much ice as expected. Definitely some ice. I went out my truck, I don't know, maybe like 2 hours ago and ripped it around a little bit. It's definitely slick, but it's not too bad. I don't think I'd want to do it in a traditional passenger car. Or whatever you want to say. A sedan or a whatever of some kind. That doesn't sound like a good time. Not often I get you live. Yeah. Well, today is just kind of a fun day for it. Trying to figure out how to approach testing these cars a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. I think I could have done it. I think I would have just needed to be really passive. Some of those laps. So my normal target, or I should say my normal fuel consumption was like 2.3 liters a lap. And after the pit stop, I needed to do like 2.0 a lap. So that's a huge save, right? 3/10 every lap, like every single lap without fail to basically be zero stable. Thank you for the subscription. I don't know if that's old, new, what, but I don't know why my alerts don't pop up. So it makes me wonder if it's like an old alert. Did you just do that? Actually, it would be lovely to know. You just sent that in and my alerts didn't pop up, or if that's old. So yeah, basically I needed to do 2.0 from that lap forward. And I had a couple laps that were like 2.1, you know, something like that. 2.2, I think I even hit one time. So it just kind of, and of course, every lap that you do that's 2.1 or 2.0, now all of a sudden you need a 1.9 or a 1.8. It's like, come on. That's like it was tough. I basically got to about half a lap. I was missing about half a lap at the very end. And that was an incredibly aggressive save towards the end. I think it would have been possible if I had saved more aggressively from literally lap one. I think I've not lap one of the race, but lap one after the stop. I think that would have helped. I think I could have done it, but it wouldn't have been great. So I also felt like I had nothing to lose, you know, like poor qualifying effort. I wasn't racing for anything. I've already missed 2 of the races, so it's kind of like whatever. It's more of a, oh, this will be fun, cool challenge, you know, let's try it. So went for it. Yeah, we never lost power, thankfully, and so hopefully we're good on that front. I was the guy in Discord about reviewing each car. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've done that, but it's not nothing like you're talking about. Like what you're talking about is way more detailed than what I do. It's generally like I'll go into like week 13 every season and I'll just take like 2 tracks. So last season I think I did Watkins and Monza, and I just took like 4 cars that were like likely to be used and just kind of rip them around, talk about the cars a little bit, just how do they feel, all that sort of thing. So yeah, a lot of that too is like, I don't, you know, I knew I was going to be driving the Porsche unless something just completely jumped out. Which really nothing did. The Corvette was pretty cool, but that was pretty much it. A lot of it is like views, clicks. Like you make a video that says picking a GT3 for season 1, and it, you know, people click it. So some of that's clickbait. Some of it was, it's week 13. I want to race. I want to stream. There are no officials. There's nothing to do. I'm bored. So I'll just do something like that and have some fun with it. So yeah. Yeah, but when it comes to like actually reviewing the cars, I really don't feel qualified to do that. I really don't. Like, I feel like I look for that information just as much as anybody else does. You know, like going into this season was a weird one because the Porsche has been really bad 2 seasons in a row. And so it was like, well, I want to drive the Porsche because I'm kind of coming back to it and I'd like to drive my favorite car again. But also don't want to be stuck in leagues with the shit car again. So it's like I was scouring the internet for as much information as I could find to see, like, did they do anything to the Porsche to make it better? You know, that maybe wasn't in the patch notes or whatever. So I don't really have any insight. I'm not good enough to pick up on some of the nuances that other people are. Maybe if they didn't shorten the caution by a lap, it would have helped for sure, for sure. I think if that had not been shortened, I probably would have been, but would have at least been able to do it. I would have still had like a 20 something ish finish because I had to lose so much time to do it in the first place. But it would have been possible to at least finish. Which, you know, like I said, it's all good. I mean, I was just having a good time with it. It wasn't too big a deal to me. All right, I'm not really sure how to do this. I mean, what I normally do is I just rip, you know, pick a car, go to a place, rip it a couple laps. I don't even do like the, what's that thing called again? The active reset. I don't even really do that. I just kind of get a couple laps up to snuff, drive like 5 or 6 laps, come up with a lap time, make some notes about how it feels, you know, and go from there. I know this week I have to drive the Merc. I'm pretty sure because we have a league race here. Let me look at my calendar without showing you my calendar. Yeah, so I've got a league race here on Wednesday night. We're planning to do the endurance race Friday night. And then I've got another league race here on Sunday night. And then I've got another league race at Watkins next Tuesday night. The endurance league is there. So I literally have 4 Watkins races already on my calendar for the next 8 days. So one of them's a Merc, 2 of them's in a Porsche, and then obviously the endurance can be whatever we want. Ooh. So I need practice with the Porsche. I need practice with the Merc. But I think it would be fun to screw around with some other cars too. I'm not really sure how to do it here. Shorted myself on fuel during the pit. I don't think I feel saving. Oh man. Oh man. No, please feel free to tell me. I'm just kind of messing around today. I'm not taking it super seriously or anything. I'm already kind of committed to a couple cars for leagues, so I will spend plenty of time in the Porsche. I need to spend some time in the Merc. But I'd be curious to see if there's a car that maybe Peter and I would run on Friday night. If there's something else. I wish this would just limit to the GT3 cars. Let's see. Aston was really good. We drove that last endurance race. Aston was good here. Maybe I'll try that first, actually. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, when we did was it a 6 hour or a 3 hour? I don't remember what it was. But Peter and I did this race not long ago. And the Aston was OP because of the bus stop. So maybe we'll do that. Afternoon stream on a snowy. Hell yeah. How's it going, Greg? Saw your monitors, man. Looking good. Looking good, looking sharp. Control. Okay. Let's do a little bit of let's do some fun here. Oh, that's not it. Aston's just plummeted the curves. Yeah, exactly. That's the sad thing. That's basically what it was. That's basically what it was when we did that race. I don't remember how long ago that was. But yeah. Man, should I start with it first then? Maybe that's a bad idea. What's up, Fire? Yeah, there's definitely something to the Aston, for sure. Let's see. Watkins, Aston. Just go with the race set for now. How much snow? I actually don't know. I don't remember what the total was. It was only a couple inches. It wasn't much. Maybe like 6 or 8. Something like that. All right. Front, mid, or Porsche? Yeah, and you'll be messing with it, Greg. Like, it's one of those things. It's like a never-ending. It's like a never-ending journey. You're always kind of tinkering and messing around with it. So, I'd say like walk into it feeling like good enough, and then make more adjustments as you go, as you feel like you need to. But don't get caught too much up in the whole like, oh, I need to make a million adjustments thing, because you could literally spend the rest of your life tinkering with those things. Down a little bit. My guess, Aaron, is probably the Aston, just because last season when we did the endurance race here, it was all Aston because of the bus stop. Same situation as the Porsche. The Aston handled this bus stop real well. That's going to take some getting used to. Holy shit, this car is heavy on feedback. That's my guess. I haven't driven this. I don't think I've driven this car literally since then. I don't know why I'm getting 120-ish FPS, and it doesn't even feel like it's that high. I'm literally by myself on a racetrack. My computer's running nothing but this stuff, OBS, and I'm streaming to 2 places. What are we doing? Can't wait till Sunday when it's just in the aggro thought. Oh, through the butt, yeah. That sounds terrible. Any other cars handle it well? My guess is it's probably just going to be this, but let's do some testing and find out. Thought I came here for some ripping. Get lulled to sleep by the action. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we pick this to drive just because of the bus stop. Let's find out. I'm not going to go too hard by the numbers here. It's more about feel, comfort, you know. Kind of thinking about this as what's going to feel good to drive for 2 hours, 40 minutes on Friday night. Ooh, good. Wants to turn, that's for sure. Yeah, there's something about this curb, though. We'll see. Obviously, I'm going to do the Porsche. Wow. Takes some getting used to. Jesus, this thing wants to rotate like crazy. Great rotation. At least it's got that pop. I'll turn it back up a little bit. There we go. It's got that pop on the downshifts. I don't remember when Peter and I did the endurance race here last. Alright, upshifts too. That's cool. Holy rotation. Can't see the tire temps. I'm guessing they're cold.
44.245.
I think I'll let it generate track state. Oh, it's on clean, so that's good. I'll make sure when I use the other cars, I set it to clean, which means lots of grip. Like, that's just so dumb. I hope they figure that shit out. It really spoils some of the competitive nature when you have a car that can just literally say YOLO. I don't think we're going to be able to do that in a Porsche. Or the Merc, which I have to drive here on Wednesday. So I think Merc will be pretty good here, though. I'm a little scared of the bus stop. Not even the curbs, but just the concept of like how fast this thing wants, or that thing wants to rotate. Wow, it's a 1X still, or not still, but now. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Way too much. There is the freaking Apex over there.
No damage. Car looks clean.
Alright.
43.198. That was your buck.
I have zero clue what laps are. I have no idea. I wouldn't even know. I don't even know what seconds are decent. I'm guessing 43 ain't that quick because I was dirty. Maybe like a 40 or 41. I don't know. They didn't change them recently though, right? Like, weren't they in place last season too? I don't feel like that's super new. Rotation is insane. A little too lazy there. Track looks tight. You mean tight like cool or tight like horizontal or width wise? Didn't drive last season. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were here last season too. I've been known to be wrong though, so I'm pretty sure it was there. Man, tight like a tiger. Not even sure. Tigers are cool, so I'm gonna go with cool. All right, dig it. This is smooth and easy to drive. 42.8.
42.889. New bar flat for you.
Austin Powers. Titan width. Got it. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's not bad. It's a really great multi-class track. The S's here can be hell in the first lap, as we saw in our last endurance race here. No way anything else handles that quite like that. Definitely feels like it's on a knife edge. I don't know if that's third gear or second. I'm losing time, so I'm going to go with second. Jesus. I think I need to get more of a straight line there. Alright, getting more comfortable.
42.
I'm guessing a 41 is pretty good.
Just set your fastest lap of the session.
Dang it. Very incident prone. Yeah. It's a great, I mean, it's a lot of fun, but the fact that those cars draft so hard and stay so close together, it could be problematic. I think you could very easily, casually drive this, no problem. Pushing a little bit though. The rear end really wants to join you. I think second gear is it there. Not sure how to best go through there. Oh wow, Cadillacs are going to Ringmeister? You mean like the, what is that thing called, CVS? No, CTS? CVS. Like those Cadillacs? CTS, wow. I guess I should have upshifted. Into 10th and a half right there. So yeah, you can dive in there actually pretty hard. I was stopping at the, I guess, 200 meter board. Probably more like the 150. Use the upslope, I guess, to help slow you down. Really careful getting on throttle right there. One, you're turning, and two, it's like really strange. There's like a plateau in the concrete. Ooh. Yeah, that was a pretty damn good lap, minus the first sector. 42.1.
Just set your fastest lap of the session.
Ah, speak of the devil. All right, at least we're going in the right direction. All right, so 41s seem possible. I don't know what lap this is. Lap 6. All right, I could easily see myself driving this for 2 hours, 40 minutes, no problem. No problemo. Definitely pushing much harder than you would be in an endurance race. Yeah, I don't think I've driven this car except the last time we were here. It was like riding a bike. 2 hour, 40 minutes. So not too bad. A little shorter than the one this weekend. should also make it easy. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Should make it easy to do. Like, you won't have that little weird fourth stent at the end and things like that. I need a livery. We could just go with the all black. That's cool. Sounds good on the outside. I know it doesn't sound super good on the outside or the inside. The fact that you can just do a jump like that is ridiculous and amazing. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's at least 3 tires off the ground, probably 4. I'm gonna guess 4. I don't even want to zoom in and mess up my camera. Come on, that's just such bullshit. It's not real. You see the dust coming up. Shows how clean it is. Alright. Well, super comfy. I think that's just a fair assessment. Classes here this week. IMSA, yeah, IMSA's here. How would you fix the bus stop? I could see that being a terrible look. I mean, that's the thing. It's been like that. It's been like that for a little while now. I mean, I think the long-term approach is to simulate floor damage, right? And that fixes a lot of things. That fixes this. It fixes the Porsche at Daytona. It fixes a lot of stuff like that. That's the long-term approach, but that's the hard approach. I think the short-term fix is just to get rid of the bumps. Get rid of all this shit. I mean, I know it's not realistic, but neither is jumping a GT3 car every single lap for, you know, hours at a time. So, pick your poison, you know what I mean? But all of this, like, if you want this to stop, just get rid of all this shit. And just make the guardrail be the fence. I mean, it literally is. Just let it be what it is. But yeah, you get rid of all that shit and the problem solves itself. Now, all of a sudden, if you hit this, you're dead, you know? But it's really these two guys that are the problem. I don't know that it's these that are launching you. It's got to be these two. They wouldn't solve the problem. I mean, people would just take the 1X. Like, back in the day, it was the Spa 24. And it was notorious. People would do the Spa 24 and they would take all the off tracks. So you would start the race at a license 499, for instance. And because they took all the off tracks, and at the time, I don't even think you got drive-throughs or anything. I think this was years ago. So they just took all the off tracks and they ended the race at like D license because it just knocked them down that hard. But it was like the top of the top guys, and they just, you know, all they cared about was the Spot 24. And so to be as fast as possible over the course of 24 hours, you had to take the off tracks. So yeah, same thing happens here. You know, this event obviously isn't as big as that one, but people just take the off tracks. So yeah, I think what has to happen is I mean, the next thing you could do, and I think this is a horrible idea. I hope they don't do this, but you make it a slowdown, right? I think that would be fucking horrendous. I hope they don't do anything like that. But you could certainly do that. Let me try to back up a little bit. I feel like I'm like claustrophobic on this thing. Yeah, exactly. But it's like, if they did that, I don't know. I just feel like, unlike other tracks, you have a fence. Just let the fence be the fence. So if people hit this, their car's dead. They break their right front when they, you know, they'll destroy their car. They hit this thing. Hell, I remember in GT3, in Formula 3, before the bus stop existed in this configuration, there was like a sausage curb like here, but there was nothing here. And so you literally had to make sure that your right side tires went right in this area. I hope y'all are seeing this correctly. Because if you didn't do that, yeah, okay, good. If you didn't do it that way, you would hit your right side tires on the sausage curb and you would die. And then if you went too close, you would run into the, to the Armco and you would die. So you had to basically hit this thing perfectly to even, get through there. So yeah, my opinion, get rid of all this shit and just let this be this, because people are already doing this. They're already getting the right size right here anyway. So what you're doing is you're just, hamstringing everybody that can't jump stuff, right? So just get rid of it. And then everybody will go through here like they're supposed to. And then if they get too close to the wall, they die. It's a self-policing problem. Because you have track limits, you have a wall. Now, if this was like Le Mans, for instance, and you don't have this, you have to operate it with slowdowns. Like, say this didn't exist, and you just left all this stuff here. Well, if this didn't exist, people would they'd go different ways. Well, the grass would have to be a slowdown or something. You know what I mean? They'd have to do something to force you not to go too far to the inside. Well, you already got it. Use the wall. I just got done with the GT4 race. Forgot how much harder they are to control than the GT3s. Really? I've so very rarely driven the GT3 or GT4 cars. I don't really know them or understand them. Aston is a good looking car. Yeah. Yeah, slowdowns would suck horribly. I personally prefer this method because I can just jump in the Aston and it doesn't matter. But I think a better solution is what we just went through. Long term, I think the solution, like I said, is just to make floor damage a thing. Because if you can imagine, if you were to just scooch on down here for a second, and every time you went psycho style over this shit, like your car would be destroyed. I mean, we saw it with the Corvette and the Daytona 24 this weekend. Like, I don't know if that's why they had the suspension failure, but like these cars they're not bulletproof. You know what I mean? Like you have to treat them with some sense of respect. So if you were to just continue, so we can see the fronts here, maybe go a little bit more. You can see the fronts. I mean, if the rear diffuser like completely destroyed itself because it goes 150 miles an hour over a sausage curb like it would in the real world. Oh no, we can't see because we're too low. Then you wouldn't have this problem. It would broken. The whole floor the splitter would come off. I mean, the whole thing would be destroyed. You can't do that. So assuming floor damage is a thing, it's a self-policing problem. If the suspension was damaged doing this shit, that's a self-policing problem, So yeah, it's just my 2 cents. Like, oh shit, too far. I think we actually go through. When it lands, it actually goes, the rear diffuser goes right through. Literally going through the curbs, right? Like that obviously would not happen in real life. This thing would be destroyed. So it's an easy problem to fix. Logically, technology-wise, not easy problem to fix at all. I'm sure that is incredibly difficult. If that was easy, they would have done it, right? So it's much easier to just put some curbs in here, much easier to put a slowdown in place than it is to simulate all of this. Totally different beast. I do not envy the smart people that have to figure that shit out. I'm glad I'm not one of them because I'm not that smart. Get this set up while we're sitting here doing it. Save. Perfect. Let's see. Maybe every off 3. That's an interesting solution. I just hate I hate slowdowns. Why am I against track limit slowdowns? My 2 cents on slowdowns is that it's basically a problem that exists because of track design. You know what I mean? It's a track design issue. Like if you didn't have this situation, and if we just let this guy be the defender of track limits, we don't need a slowdown. This motherfucker is going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? You don't need slowdowns. Now, again, if this wasn't here and everybody was going through the grass like crazy, like say at Le Mans, you do need a slowdown because it's like this artificial thing you need to create to prevent people from abusing track limits. But in a world where you already have it, you don't need it. And the other thing with slowdowns is they're generally not, yeah, exactly. No off tracks at Long Beach, no slowdowns at Long Beach. Yeah, exactly. Like the other thing here is like at least like take the wall out. There's at least a defined line. Like you know what this is. See the grass? That's off track, right? Certain tracks like Le Mans, like it doesn't have that. It doesn't play by those rules. So I just look at slowdowns as like a poor track design or poor track design implemented in a video game. You know? But yeah. For the Porsche to be a solution to every iRacing problem is just so lame. Well, I'm driving an Aston Martin at the moment, so I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Are you picking out a car? You know, kinda. I figured you're up for anything, right? No, they did not. We were just talking about how this car's a cheater car at the track because it goes over this thing like a freaking missile. That was basically somebody asked the question, what would you do to solve this problem? And I said I would just get rid of all this shit and I would just let the wall be the off track, be the killer, basically. So no, I mean the whole idea today was like I'm not a big fan of all the tracks for the officials right now. So I was like, well, I want to stream. I'm chilling. It's a Monday. There's ice outside. I took the truck outside today. Holy shit, that was super fun, by the way. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, I just wanted something to do. I'm bored. So here I am. And I thought if I said iRacing GT3 testing at Watkins Glen, it'll get more clicks than if I didn't say that. So y'all are all here, so it worked. So I appreciate you. So yeah, I figured you're up for whatever. I have to drive the Porsche at least Wednesday night. No, Wednesday night I have to drive the Merc. Sunday night I have to drive the Porsche. And then next Tuesday night I have to drive the Porsche for the endurance race because they're all league races. So we have flex. Obviously, we could drive whatever we want on Friday night for the endurance race. And I figured you're game for whatever. And then I figured last time we did this, we drove the Aston because of this bus stop. So I'm just kind of assuming we'll drive the Aston, but I started with this. It's the first car, you know? Yeah, I'm going to do the Merc next. I have to do it. So yeah, you're making too much sense. Love it. Yeah, but this isn't the track design of iRacing. iRacing can't claim to provide tracks high accuracy. Tracks can if they're going to just subjectively take things out that don't work. That is very true. I can't argue with that. That is completely true. I'm sure there are instances where that logic does not stand up. I don't know what those things are, but I would imagine there's a couple corners somewhere on all these racetracks where it's like, well, you know, doesn't quite line up. But finally, we get alerts that work at the same time. Taylor, thank you for your follow. Much appreciated. So yeah, I mean, the big issue here is that like, there's just not a one-to-one, right? Like in the real world, you have floor damage. Like we were just, I don't know if you were here, Matt, but we're just literally, I was looking at the rear diffuser as we went across these curbs. The rear diffuser physically goes through the sausage curbs. That wouldn't happen, you know? So it's like in the real world, it takes care of itself. In the virtual world, we get this. So it's either like we have to make some concessions to like get rid of shit like this so that all the cars are competitive, or we have to stop whining that the Porsche's OP at Daytona and the Aston's OP at Watkins because of the stupid bus stops. You know what I mean? It's like, pick one. You know? It's pretty much it. I don't really have a dog in the fight. I would much prefer all the cars be on equal footing. Given that this weekend there's not going to be a bot, Like, the Aston's going to be ridiculous because it's already kind of good anyway, and then it's the best car through here. It's going to be like super OP. My guess is everybody's going to drive the Aston this week, but just a hunch. Yeah, oh, I know you do. I appreciate you, brother. Aston's a good baseline for sure. Oval guide hard. Definitely don't have track limits issue there. You're right. Turn one here, they just take it all the way wide. Testing. This is the first car, so I'm literally just messing. I'm gonna make some notes. This is just, you know, for funsies. iRacing could make floor. Yeah, yeah. If they started simulating floor damage, it would change the game. I'm sure there would be some real negative side effects to that too, but you know. I tend to agree with you. I tend to agree with you. My thing is like it sounds nice. I think you came in right as I was finishing this the thought, but it's like it took them 5 years to make rain or something, and it took probably 2 years to do it the UI. I don't know how long it would take for them to simulate floor and suspension damage. You know what I mean? Like think about the punishment of your car at say a 6-hour Watkins race of taking this curb every time. Your suspension's not going to last that long. It's going to fall apart. So like I don't know what it takes to build this stuff. I'm a developer by training, but not developer to this level. So who knows how long that would take. So we'll see. Yeah, I get the concept. I don't disagree with you at all. I just think like it's nice, but do we want 3 more years of nobody said that. Nobody said they can't fix it. The point is, do you want 3 more years of Daytona being a Porsche fest, or would you rather them get rid of the sausage curb until they can find a more permanent solution? That's a question. Do with it what you wish. Also true, Weeby. Good point. Also true, Backwoods. Very good point. I hate the whole virtual energy thing. I think it breaks my brain. I don't really understand it. All right. I mean, I get conceptually how it works. I get the point of it. But I feel stupid every time I play LMU because I'm like, all right, so I got like this much fuel. Or like I was watching Daytona this weekend, and it's like they have 9% battery. So there's a fucking battery on the UI. I'm like, really? Like it's a Corvette. It doesn't have a battery. It's just got like 9% fuel. Just show me like what are we talking about? Why do we have to make everything electrical here? All right, 140. That doesn't matter too much. Don't get too caught up on the numbers. It's not super relevant. Feels super comfy. Knife edge at first, but maybe it's just been a while. A while. Gearing is weird into turn. What was that? Turn 8's a little funky. What was the other one? Not 1. Not. It's mostly 8. 9 was okay. 10 was fine. There's 2 of them. Was it the chute? I don't know that we can do anything about it, but just to note. Maybe it was turn. I'm just gonna say 8. I know it was 8 for sure. Gearing's a little weird. I mean, bus stop king. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bus stop neutralizer. Yeah, I mean that's really what it's all about. Safe choice. All right. Yes, we will keep that just in case we need to make a thumbnail for the race on Friday night at 9 o'clock. All right. I want to go Merc because I have to. I'm going to actually generate it at 0. It was a clean track last time, so I just want to make sure it's all the same. List all fuels as joules, obviously. Yeah, I get it, but I also hate it. I hate the whole like electrification thing. I'm just not a fan. True. Yeah, the Mazdas in real life were literally just flying over those things. It was pretty awesome. Do we know how the Porsche does through the bus stop? We don't, but we're going to learn today. We need to figure out that. I actually did look into that, and I can't remember why I didn't think it was great. I'll have to look at it again. But yeah, I agree we should at least evaluate it and see if it's good. Mercedes, Watkins, race setups. I'm not using the endurance setups either. Sorry, Nodwell. Shaking the bacon. Yeah. On that note, though, I had a great time driving my truck in the snow and ice around here a couple hours ago. It's cool because they've plowed certain areas. And so they've just like made like kind of mini piles of snow that I took my truck through, and it was amazing. Good time. Yeah, you could tell too, like nobody's been out in my neighborhood at all. That was good. Good fun. Colin's good. True. True, actually. We don't want to just get him started on an Aston one now. We know where this is going to end. I think that sounds so good. I'm not even going to try it yet. We're just going to... Let's let it get warmed up a little bit before we send it off into the mountains. Come on. Turn. There we go. This is Grid and Go. I'm using Grid and Go. Oh my god, what? What a story. So I went to lunch. Just the concept of riding a train anywhere is so foreign to me. Funny. I love it. Ooh, holy shit. Not ready for that yet. Fuel efficient at 170, yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I live in the burbs. I used to work in the city, like downtown Richmond. But even there, like, you really don't have legitimate public transport. It's a good question. We should probably try to test it and find out. Alright, that was not as bad as I expected it to be. It's a good question, though. It's hard because you really just need to look at the sector time. I guess that would be the easiest way to figure that out. Too much happens on the rest of a lap. And I don't really know where that sector ends, right? Like, how much speed are you losing going through the carousel because you don't do it, you know? I don't know. Might not be as much as we think. Oh, do you, brother? I don't care. I'm going to. But I'm doing that for me, so do you. I'll do it for you then. I just feel, yeah, I don't know. I got thoughts on that. Maybe I'll talk to you in private about that.
44.173.
Yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. I think in a race like yesterday, it's fine. Because I look at it like, We're in a 4K split with an average IR around like 3,300. You know, starting 43rd or whatever it was. Like, I feel like 25th was a respectable finish for us for sure. Obviously, you want to be competing for more than that, but it's like we're top split. I mean, just is what it is. All right, so I went to that bus stop real easy, by the way. Real casually. So yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. Where I struggle is when it's like a special event of some kind, and like we're getting hosed because we're in there with Smurfs. You know, it's like, well, that's bullshit. I'm not gonna be a Smurf, but I'll keep my eye around 3K. That's wild, Mike. I love that. Yeah, I did too. I did too. I think we did a good job. You know how it is too. It's so much about qualifying. Like, I wonder how much lap time were we actually off by the guys that finished in 15th, you know, or 10th. I'm sure it was something, but I can't imagine it was crazy. So it's like, well, how much does qualifying matter? Quite a bit. Yeah, I imagine the whole like city versus suburban thing is also so different depending on like your family makeup. And I don't know, Mike could have 30 kids for all I know, but thinking like in our house, that it would be a challenge, you know. Oh my god. Holy shit. That doesn't seem real. I saw the sky for a second. Well, it is the same for every split, but not time slot. I assume you mean time slot. Every couple days. Yeah, right? Total wheelie. Oh, please stop going. I'm definitely going a lot slower than I was. In the Aston, but it feels pretty good. I'm not sure where the massive time difference is. Probably also pretty early here on laps. We'll see what lap I'm on. That was my third lap.
43.366.
Yeah, so that within a time slot, it's the same, to my knowledge. The time slots play out differently. The forecast is the same for all time slots within a series for the week. But each time slot plays out differently, but every split within a time slot plays out the same. Jesus. Pushing a little bit. I have no idea where all that lap time is. I'm like a second off. Yeah, I feel the same way, Mike. I didn't even check for Smurfs or any of the bullshit, but just thinking like we were probably in there with some guys that are 7K. I'm not upset about where we finished at all. Still working on my Is It a Smurf website. Not that far off. Nice. Okay. Okay. Calm down. Holy shit. Feels really good, but I'm literally a second and change off of the Aston. Whoop. Oh, god damn it. Sorry. Thank you, Kevin. There we go. Yeah, y'all gotta yell at me when that happens. It's just forgetting to change the scene back to the iRacing scene. That's all it is. But I can't show you my notepad if I don't have my desktop scene up. Nick does have, well, I know he has VRS setups. I would assume he has VRS. Well, damn. My league race on Wednesday night is going to be a challenge.
.077. Just set your fastest lap of the session.
Plan on changing cars for the second half. No, I actually had not even considered that. I forgot that was an option. Might have been a slight murder. You know, man, I love that. Respect to you. Respect. Good on you for doing that. More people need to follow your lead. Not feeling the Merc? Not really. It's just objectively, well, shit. Objectively slower than the Aston. Like, objectively slower than the Aston. Yeah. Like I'm working way harder and I'm a second slower. Well, if you send it, that's all that matters. You can't control whatever happens next, you know? It goes so far, too. Quick little, hey man, check the replay. My bad on that. Didn't mean to. Sorry it screwed you up. You know. Yeah, I did a 42-1 with the Aston. Like, so much faster. Ooh, she sounds good, though. Really? Let's see, what was that was my fastest lap, wasn't it? See how I did the bus stop. McLaren next, okay. No, they're both 50 liters. I'm just doing race setups from G&G. So they're both 50 liters. And you would think I'm way more comfortable with this car because I've been driving it in a league. Oh. I like how it's got my... Wrong way. God damn it. Alright, so I mean, I'm going over it full beans. I'm not wimping out here. I love how it keeps the view. That's actually awesome. I set these up on the last car. Kept them. So I mean, I'm going over it, you know? Not wimping out on it. I mean, that's so much more sketchy too. Like so much more sketchy. Oh, okay. Let's take a couple of notes there. Hey, at least I got into the 42s. Let's see, expected knife, steering at first. It's expected, meaning like I've been driving this car for a few weeks. It shocks me every time I go from the Porsche to this car. It's tough. It's tough. Over bus stop, you end up looking at the moon for about 1.5 seconds. Working hard and was at least 1 second slower on average than the Aston. Well, I always want to say Aston, I-N. I just say like, that's basically a no-go. Oh, sorry. I was typing. So this is the problem. This is the problem. We got to learn how to go back and forth between scenes. You think I've been doing this long enough. So I'm going to give you guys a second to read this. And then I'm going to switch the scene and go back to the next car. Yeah, it would just be impossible to like manage that. I feel like they either have to fix the primary thing would be to floor damage would be real. You know, splitter damage, diff damage, or diffuser damage. That being real, number one. Number two, I don't know, trimming these things down a little bit so they don't launch you quite so hard. I guess that would be number two. I don't know. What's up, Massey? Not even gonna. I'll save it. I may need it for the league. I like to save stuff for thumbnails for future use. All right, let's drive the spaceship. Really? Spaceship time. 0. Another snow day feels great. Amen. McLaren. Do a little bit of testing in this bad boy. I'm gonna try the Porsche next. See how that feels over the bumps. Maybe I'll do the BMW. Peter, I know you're really a fan of that car, so I want to make sure I give it a good shake, you know? Missing that 80 degrees from yesterday in Daytona. Yeah, brother. Yeah, I'm good here, man. I'm good here. We've been lucky. We had no issues with power or anything like that. I took my truck out a couple hours ago around the neighborhood, around local, streets around here. That was, awesome. So no complaints on that front. Why do you hate me? What if it's fun, man? What if we like have a really great time with it? I mean, it could be great. Have you checked like Hymo or any of those places to see if they've like go to their Twitter account and see if they've released which cars are fastest? You know, that'd be good. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Why not, man? Got 1.5 foot of snow down. Yeah, we missed out on all the heavy stuff. That's for sure. We probably got maybe like 6 or 8 inches of snow. Something like that. Spaceship. I always feel like I'm going so much faster in this car than you actually are because of the fact you feel like you're sitting on the nose. Had to plow the driveway twice overnight. Damn. Warm up. Jesus. Come on. Full tire understeer. Hey, what if we just drove the LMP2? Would that be cool? Car kind of reminds me of the LMP2 because of how far you sit up front. Given how it just bottomed out on that curb, I'm scared of the bus stop. Sure. Friday night IMSA endurance race. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or daylight time. I don't know what we're in right now. Standard time, I think. P1 doc shows Aston McLaren Mustang. Interesting. True. Can't bitch about the bop in the LMP2. Really good point. It's a 2.4 hour this weekend. Holy shit. Tires are still cold. A little understeer. Ooh. Lambo Beamer Acura. Really? I'm surprised the Lambo is that low. Does sound good. Of course, it's got the spaceship cockpit. Can't complain about that. God, those brakes. I always forget how good the brakes are in this car. Hey, if you guys are enjoying yourself and you're on YouTube, hit the like button. Help me out. Ugh. Yeah, the 6 hour was at Aragon this weekend. So the 2.4 is Watkins. Or I guess I should say Watkins is the 2.4. I wish it didn't feel like I was going this fast. I feel like it, I don't know, it makes you feel like you're going faster than you are. Surprised it did not launch me. Also forget how much I like a mid-engine car, man. 1X my ass. Well, infinitely more comfortable than the Merc. Don't know about, I mean, lap times are not there yet, but we're not there yet either. Feels really good. Yeah, I was going to move the seat position back a little bit. Just feel like you're on a fucking roller coaster. It's crazy. 42.9 right up. I mean, that's pretty quick to get there. Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that was the second hot lap, too. But just infinitely more comfort. I mean, ragged edge right through there. Damn it. Same place. So much more easier to control the car. Just so much easier to drive. Yeah, good call. Not even on my radar at this point. Honestly, we'll just drive whatever feels fun and we'll figure out the rest as we go. We don't take it too seriously, just go have fun. We forget to take it seriously until we actually get to the race and we're like, oh hey, we should have done, you know, this. It's all good. Gotta be more aggressive. Yeah, I have no idea if fuel stops. I mean, it's gotta be 2 stops, right? If it's a 2-hour, 40-minute race. There's no way it's gonna be 3 once that's short. Didn't get it that time. I guess I should be putting my notes on my screen so you guys can read them while I'm driving, huh? That'd probably be smart. Peter, I think this is the one. I do want to try moving the seat back just a little bit. Shit, a little too hot. That's a great lap. I don't know if I could do much better than that. I can't believe.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
How was that far off? That thing felt amazing. I guess it was only my 4th lap. Hot lap. And I know the Aston was like on maybe the 7th lap. Let me get a couple more. I don't like the way it makes me feel a little queasy. I feel like I'm sitting on the fucking hood. Let me try this real quick. I mean, it feels incredible. Not nearly as fast, which is crazy. Go with this. Let me try this real quick. Looks like the lap guy for the Protos. Oh god. Rip. Got a little too excited. Hold, please. $70 track temp. Yeah, I've got 46 humidity, 28 Celsius for the track. Why are we discussing landings for prototypes on a road course? Amen. Only negative. The start of the... When everything's cold, the push is bad. Like, really bad. Whoa. Okay, where'd you come from? Full tires.
The car looks fine. No damage to report.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Make sure that when your car lands, they're all equal. Yeah, I mean, I think it's true for all of them. I'm just being a little too overly aggressive with fresh tires. I just rolled out of the pits like I've been driving it for the last 15 minutes. See if this helps the queasy feeling. Air temp, also the track temp this will be a lot. I'm shocked they would show air temp. So mine, I mean, mine was about the same. My air temp is 21C, mostly cloudy. So double that. It's 42 plus 30, so yeah, about 72 degrees. Yeah, thanks. Like my biggest fear. Thankfully I got a quick little button. Oh, it didn't work. No. That right there is why I stopped driving this car. Yeah, definitely a skill issue on my part. Alright, I want to try the Porsche. Then I'm going to try the LMP2 as well. This feels better. This feels more like a normal car. Even just kicking it back a little bit.
43.924.
Old tires are cold.
there with your back to left position.
All right. Not bad, man. Not bad. Feels really good. Shocked it's not as good from a lap point of view as the Aston. I was about half a second off. Oh, I did hit something. Thought it was pretty good. Not making me feel confident. What's not? The lap times? I mean, it feels incredible. Crashing? Oh. Hmm. What else about this car? I mean, it was so much easier to drive than the Aston, at least at the start. But I also think that after a couple laps, the Aston comes in and, you know, you get used to it really fast. All right. I guess we also have to take into account the fact that we have a livery. Really? They need better search. That should come up. Oh, faithful. Bring it back to me now. All right. Yeah, 74 overcast is what I'm dealing with here. All right. Let's get on this. Why did I do that? Porsche Watkins race. What's up, Steve? How you doing, buddy? I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I was thinking about doing officials. We'll see how I feel. Not really sure. And I got the brake bias moved way back. Cold tires. See how this bad boy gets over the curbs. Kind of curious. I don't really remember driving this car here much. Holy hell. Turn my feedback back up. Forgot I turned it down. Turned it down with the Aston. The other cars felt good at 4.5. This needs a 5 for me. The sad thing is the car that I have to drive for elbows out is the car I've liked the least so far. It's like it takes a minute jumping back and forth between all these cars. Still that. I don't know how, to tell you the truth. I was not comfortable in the Merc at Portimao for sure. I'd have been so much faster in this car. For sure. And I just ran it here a few minutes ago. And it's just between the Aston, the McLaren, it's not great. I was like a second slower in the Merc. Don't feel very smooth in this. I don't know why that's such a struggle. A little transition. Still on the track. I don't really feel like any of these cars are like so much worse than the Aston. It's not the same. It's not like the Porsche Daytona. I don't think it's just that. I think it's also just naturally fast. It helps that it goes through the bus stop well, but it's also just quick. Going through there too damn slow.
Just set your fastest lap of the session.
It's not connected. I'm not there yet. Literally just feels like everything's just a little beat off. Braking a little too early, braking a little too hard. Jesus. That inside curve really gets you. Stay the hell away from that one. I don't feel like I have a good transition through there at all. The toe. Challenging right there. All right, see if we can get this one. That was only the third hot lap.
3.259.
Already a 10th down. Not sure how. I mean, turn one, but. Third gear it is, apparently. Need to commit to that, stay in third. Yeah. All right, better. There's still a lot of time in this.
42.836. Just set the fastest lap of the session.
I think some of this is just like, I mean, I've driven the car a million times, but it's just driving three others just before it. I don't know, it rattles you a little bit. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm sure I'd be fine in this one, but I need laps. I need laps. I think it's so funny that it's got my my camera angle and it shifts to it every time I go through the bus stop. All right, well, let's see my fastest lap. I didn't do nearly as many, but there's definitely way more time in there. I keep screwing up turn one. Lose time all the way down the freaking straight. I need to change my damn... Let me do this before I forget. I hate that I have to update my livery every time. So annoying. Alright, favorite. So good over the bus stop curves at Daytona, but sucks here. That's an interesting point. I'm sure a lot of it's just me. Like, I'm not hitting them just right every time. I mean, that one was sketchy. Not nearly as bad as the last time through there, but... And once I figured out staying in third in the toe, that made a big difference. It definitely looks good. Doesn't look sketchy. Surprised I wasn't a 1X. That corner is sketchy in this car. Doesn't look like it, but it definitely is. It's just timing. I mean, a lot of what I'm looking at, I just feel like would have been a lot better if my timing was just a little bit better. Like, you know, I don't know. It's a good 2 tires at least. And then even that, like, went this far on exit. Like, definitely got more room. Just a little off. Not sure why. Like here, I feel like I didn't commit very well. I should have been just a little bit more to the right. I want to go look at the last lap. Because like that was sketchy as shit. I mean, I landed. Look how squirrely it is when I land. You don't want to do that for 3 hours straight. That's a little too squirrely to count on. I mean, that was good. It's dust. So the track is clean. So it's got like sand and dust and stuff on it. I mean, not sand, but dirt, dust, whatever. Like that was way too late getting over there. Definitely could have done that significantly better. All right, let's look at the bus stop here where I did go way off. Yeah, even more. It's about the same. Maybe a little bit more to the right this time than I was last time. I don't know. Super sketchy. I think I got to commit a little bit more. But that was just crazy. Oh, there's something about it, man. There's something about it. All right, let me just take a couple notes. I gotta get off here shortly and do a little mentoring here. I don't think I've ever talked to you guys about that before. All right, 1:42.837. Way more time. I was struggling after driving other cars. Bus stop is scary. Like really scary. But yeah, I mean, let's say behind Aston and McLaren. Easily. I got time. I think I could do one more. I think I could do one more. I'm not going to say that. Let's try this LMP2. It's been a long time since I've driven this sucker. I think the last time I drove this, I think it was Nick and I think we did the Watkins Glen 6-hour in the LMP2 last year. Maybe it was the year before. Whatever time is. Time flies. But yeah, do it. I like passively do some entrepreneurial like mentorship, basically. And one guy I worked with very, very little bit reached out. He quit his job like 2 weeks ago or something. And needs a little input. All right, IMSA LMP2 Watkins race. Frankly, I wish there was a way to get paid to mentor people. That would be awesome. I guess you can if you charge the money to do it, but I haven't. I don't. I just enjoy doing it. All right. Why do I feel like I'm way off? The wheel is like way off centered. How is that a thing? Should I move the car to the left? Because it definitely, the wheel is like way off to the side. Oh, let's just do that. And then do we go left? No, we go this way. That's weird. That's more in the middle. Super strange. All right. That's more accurate. Y'all ready to laugh your ass off? Need this because I don't know what gear I'm in. I've definitely got to turn the forward feedback down. Let's go to 4. Jeez, it's still heavy as shit. Excuse me. Can't park. I can park wherever I want. I paid to use the whole track. Alright, that might be too little. That was preemptive. Wait, what? Oh, I didn't even set up either. Hold on. I forgot to put a setup on. Oh, no, I did. I'm an idiot. Sorry. Oh, I see. Just think, oh, he's gonna crash. He's an idiot. Whoop, almost did. I think my gloves weren't pulled up enough. Alright, I think we got it. God damn it. I hope that's not a thing. It'd be for a good short if I could get the chat in there. Why do I hear like magic bells or something in my ears from this car? What is it about this car? Why isn't it turning? There we go. It's like a wind chime or something. Also the guy that had 5. Dude, that was such a crazy video. I saw somewhere that somebody said that they were talking about how they were going to put something in place for Bathurst, I guess, now to prevent that from being possible. I guess they get DQ'd, like permanently DQ'd at some point. Magic bells. I think I'm fine, but I mean, honestly, it's like a wind chime in my right ear. It's only at speed. Only in this car. What's up, Mr. Kaiser? Yeah, 41.9. I hope we go faster. But yeah, I thought I read something that they had suggested that by Bathurst there was going to be something in place where people can't go that high anymore. Sounds like LMP2 to me. Yeah, it's really faint. And it's in my right ear. I'll pause the stream. I don't know. Hard to describe. I'm scared to take that yet. Also don't know how to drive this car, so I'm just gonna drive it like I drive a GT3 and hope for the best. Not sure about gearing at all. Well, I've heard it in this car before. It's got, I know it's definitely specific to this car. Yeah, wind whistle, I could see that. Yeah, because it's that speed, so the wind would definitely make sense. So weird. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Are they jumping this fucking thing? Are they jumping this at the bus stop? Or no? Does anybody know? Holy hell. Also gearbox one. Huh. Yes, jump. Jesus. I guess I got to commit a little bit more. Maybe I was a little too half-hearted in that one. I'll do that on the second lap.
Slow down. You got a penalty? We're cutting the cord. Your car looks fine. No damage to report.
Peter, we should drive this. At least we'll beat all the GT3s. Maybe. Guess if we die. Dukes of Hazzard. Certainly feels like it. Holy fuck. Real scary at the start. Alright, didn't need to let off that hard. Have you guys watched that new Game of Thrones show, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms? I did not watch last night's episode, so don't spoil anything, please. I watched the first episode last week. Come on. My wife is really not interested. It was too hokey for me. I was a little, especially for her, a little concerned about that. Dukes are hazards. All right, I'll give this a couple more rips and I gotta get off of here. Go do a call. Fuck. All right. I don't know. Holy hell. Yes, Peter. Yes. Probably not, Keezer. Just testing it out. I've been doing some GT3 testing, and then I thought, why not? This thing's a little too fast for my brain. I'm sure I could get used to it. It's also weird to have downforce. I mean, I used to do a lot of downforce. I'm sure I could figure it out, but definitely moving.
45.546.
Ignore those black lines. Yeah, believe it or not, I have driven this car here in the 6-hour Watkins race. I don't remember which year. It was either last year or the year before. Me and Nick did it. That is terrifying. I just have no idea what's going to happen. Guess that's the third gear corner then. Oh, I feel like I'm forgetting to breathe. Maybe more methodical with the downshifts. I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, I know people have tried in my Discord and maybe not had super success, but I always tell people jump in my Discord. There's an endurance channel. Ask people. There's generally people that want to do it. I think we just need to get some people to be brave and raise their hand and say, I want to do it, you know? Yeah, I watch Landman. Yeah. I love the way they set up for season 3. I think that's cool. Shit. Gotta get off here in a couple minutes, do this call. I don't see how you can do that for 3 hours straight, confidently. Yeah, I think it's cool the way they set it up. Maybe it is a second gear corner. It did just kind of really easily fall into place though. I mean, TV show stuff, I guess, but... Okay, yeah, I'm definitely downshifting too quick. That final downshift like blocks the rears. Or I should say locks the rear axle. Shit, way too fast. Oh, oh, it's super fun. I'm not ready for that. I need some practice for sure. I think I could figure it out, at least get respectable, but no time, not that fast. Not a fan of his shows. I really liked Yellowstone, and I've really liked Landman. I'll watch the next one too. I don't know what it's called, but it's the one where the son is like the sheriff or whatever. I'll watch it. I like his stuff. It seems wholesome-ish. I like that there's generally some pretty somewhat positive messages going around that don't seem to be the common narrative. Yeah, I was a big fan of Yellowstone, at least for a while. It got a little weird, but all shows do, really. I like that it's not all like, you know, banging your hand on the table like oil is bad and everything is bad, you know. We need electric car. I like that they're challenging some of that stuff. I'm not saying oil's great or whatever, but just I like that it's not just one line of thinking. I appreciate that. Man, this thing is quick. A black livery. Fun to drive, I'm just not good at it. Not good at it yet. Good time. I don't need that one. Yeah, I've never seen Fallout. No. Just search for something else. There's pretty gonna have it next. Sons of Anarchy, just on horses. I've never actually seen Sons of Anarchy. I know I should, but I missed that one. Missed that boat. All right, boys and girls. Somewhat of a shorty. I was going to stream for a while, but somebody reached out to me. I need to do a call here in like 15 minutes. So I'm going to go do that, try to help somebody out. And my hope is to be back tonight. I'm not 100% sure what the plan's going to be. My hope is to be back and do some Watkins racing all night. So that's the plan. What actually happens, who knows? I like not having requirements. That makes me feel good. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I need to do some work. It's weird. I've actually been doing work recently. Hard to describe what that is, but yeah, I do need to do some work. So anyway, I'm going to do that, and I'll see you guys later. So thanks for hanging out. Peace out.